This is the 15th annual San Luis Valley Seed Exchange that you are attending. And sorry, I'm a little hoarse, but I'm Jay Sanders. I've been helping with this event for 7 years. And this year we have taken on new organizers, so there will be more people that aren't me doing the organizing. And so anyway, this event might change a little bit, but I'm really happy to have Sasha and Caitlin doing a bunch of the supporting of this event. So as you know, it's free, and we really want to keep it free. So please do your part in supporting our sponsors, supporting our vendors, and I really have to shout out to Succeed, who is Saguache County Sustainable Environment and Economic Development. They are a nonprofit that's been around for about 25 years, and they are the fiscal sponsor of the Seed Exchange, of the Crestone Energy Fair, Crestone Community Gardens, and the Crestone Artist Tour. They do a lot to help these events that happen every year give us the organizational structure of a nonprofit, so we're able to raise money that way. So keep that in mind. I also want to shout out to Saguache County. They give us several large grants every year to keep this event free, and that money all comes through a 1% sales tax that is collected in the county. The San Luis Valley Local Foods Coalition is who I work for, and they have been supporting me to do this work for a long time. They are donating their staff and my time to help put this event on, and that's really huge. And they do a lot of very cool work. If you live in the area, check them out. We do local food system coordination. Joyful Journey Hot Springs is also a huge supporter of this event. They've been hosting it here for 10 years, and they make this space free for us. Normally they'd be, charging for us to use the event center and the event yurt and all the grounds, but they donate the space and their staff, so please, support Joyful. This is a great venue. This is the only venue we could do this in this county. This venue is just perfect, and really grateful for that. We have a language justice cooperative back here, interpreting all of our talks into Spanish, and we have Terra Media back here recording everything. So all of the talks that you see are going to be on YouTube in a couple months. There'll be an English version and a Spanish version, and that also is all free. And that is hosted through the Crestone Energy Fair's YouTube channel. So the Crestone Energy Fair is a tight partner with the Seed Exchange. We do a lot of cross-promotional stuff, and really are grateful that they share their YouTube channel with us. So all the education they produce and gets recorded, so much amazing free education on that site. So you should check that out. Thank you guys for showing up to our 15th annual San Luis Valley Seed Exchange and to the Community Updates Hour. The first place I saw this happen was at the Carson store, if any of you have been out there. I saw this amazing thing. There was a stage, and somebody put this community updates thing on, and everybody just got up and talked about what they had to offer, what it was they needed, what was happening, and it was beautiful. And so I really want this to be taken advantage of here. I'm going to run through a few things real quick. I really want to thank the people that have helped make this event happen, which is Joyful Journey Hot Springs. They donate the space and their staff every year for this. They put up our speakers, and they are very committed to this event happening. And so big shout out to Joyful. I hope you get to soak in the waters while you're here. It's very, very nice. Also, Saguache County has given us big grants every year to do this, and I wouldn't be able to do this without the support of our county. And Saguache County Tourism gives us a good amount of money to advertise, which is really helpful. The Local Foods Coalition, San Luis Valley Local Foods Coalition, has been employing me for several years to do other things, but they let me continue to work on the Seed Exchange, and they have been donating my time as well as other staff time to be here. And San Luis Valley Local Foods Coalition does a lot of work around the valley to support food and ag systems. And then Dandelion Creative Services is here. She's our photographer for the weekend and has given us a huge discount on her rate, and she takes great photos. And then CHAFA, Colorado Housing and Finance Authority, gave us a nice sponsorship this year, so we're really grateful for that, and all the other sponsors that support us, and the volunteers that do this, and the speakers that drive up from wherever they come from, and all of the attendees. Y'all really make this such a sweet event, and we're really, really grateful. If you hadn't been here yet, I want you to know that there are bathrooms. There's some up in the event yurt where all the seeds and vendors are, but if you look to this direction, there's an Adobe building, and there's bathrooms right there. So those are the closest to us here. And if you haven't signed in, I would really appreciate you having filled out that QR code. It's just your name and where you live, because I need a head count so I can tell my sponsors how many people we reach every year. So it's important that we get a head count. I think that is all I'm going to go over. I'm Jay Sanders, by the way. This is my 7th year to do this, and this year I have help, and I am passing the event on to Sasha Petrovic and Caitlin. They're not in here right now, but they probably contacted some of you, and I'm very, very happy with the job they're doing and very happy to be passing this event on. So I won't be as involved in years to come, but they have it. They're holding it. Everything is working out and looking great. So I want to find out, is anyone from the Crestone Community Garden here? Or, I'm sorry, Crestone School. Crestone Charter School. Okay. Crestone Charter School has a greenhouse program, and that is who we're donating all the money to that we raise today and tomorrow. Every year we pick a different youth-oriented gardening program and donate all the funds that are donated for these 2 days, whether it be in the donation jar in the back, there's donation jars throughout the event, or there's a QR code you can scan and use your debit card and give it to us online. All that money will go to them. Last year we donated to Veggie, which is a program out of La Puente and Alamosa, and so those kids got about $600, $700 for equipment they needed for their greenhouse. So anyway, I'm going to encourage everybody to donate $5 or $10, because I'm not asking for any other money for this event. And I had hoped they would be here to talk about that program, but they're not. But there is a write-up in the program about it. So if you pick up one of these, you can read about what they're going to be spending that money on. Now, I'm just going to turn the mic over first to Charisse so she can get out of here. But then after that, we might just go down the rows and through the room for anybody who wants to get up here and share is welcome. So thanks a whole lot. Come on, Charisse.
Thank you, Jay. Hello, everybody. I'm Charisse, and I'm the Healthy Food Access Coordinator for the Food Bank Network of the San Luis Valley. I wanted to let you guys know that we are going to have our annual Generosity on Tap live and silent auction fundraiser for the Food Bank Network. We have 14 different food banks throughout the valley, from Creed to Antonito to San Luis, and everywhere in between. This event is going to be Saturday, June 7th. It's going to be at the Colorado Farm Brewery. Tickets are $25, so that's a very easy way to come and support. Just come and have fun. We're going to have music by Don Richmond and the Rifters. We're going to have Gosar sausage. And this event starts at 5 p.m. If you would like to purchase tickets or get more information, please go to lapuentehome.org. Look for GOT 2025. And we also have these flyers over at the Local Foods Coalition booth if you need a physical one. Thank you. Where does that money go? Oh, the money is used to shore up the funds that we use in order to purchase food for the food banks. So we raise these funds, and everyone's been hearing about budget cuts. But we have a lot of very supportive donors who've given us really cool things to auction in our live and silent auction. We've got art, we've got events, private tours of things. But yeah, that money goes directly to the food banks in order for us to continue to purchase the meat, the produce, the eggs, usually from local sources. We try to do that as much as possible to make sure that all of our community members have a source for good, healthy food. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ieva Williams. I work with the San Luis Valley Local Foods Coalition. I'm also contracted through the Colorado Department of Agriculture for a really awesome opportunity that is going to be running until 2030. So there are quite a few years upcoming of this opportunity. To be able to kind of have access to this. So it is a tax credit reimbursement specifically for equipment. It applies to small family farms and small food retail businesses, as well as farm stands, farmers markets. Those are the typical eligible businesses that we want to reach the most. So basically what this does is it offers a 75% reimbursement for equipment costs when it's being purchased by a business that expands access to healthy food in low-income, low-access areas. So that is a majority of the San Luis Valley. Any farmers, food retail businesses, or people that you know who may have a desire to have a food retail business or start carrying groceries could make them potentially eligible for this equipment tax credit reimbursement. If you want any additional information from this, you can either go directly to the Colorado Department of Agriculture website and look for the equipment tax credit. We also have information on the Local Foods Coalition website regarding this community access program. There is some flyers that we have available at the Local Foods Coalition table that's over where all the vendors are at. So if you have any additional questions, please feel free to head over there, find me, talk to me. I'm primarily the person who's kind of handling all of the outreach and technical assistance for anybody who needs help applying for this program. Are there any questions? No? Yes? Okay, sounds good. Great. Yeah, Kari. Oh. Yeah, definitely a worthwhile opportunity. So we hope that you guys are able to take advantage of that, for sure. Okay, thank you so much.
Hi. Unaccustomed to public speaking as I am, I'm not sure what I'm going to say yet, but I'm Ginny Ducal, and I oversee a community garden in Crestone, Colorado, that is primarily to service the food bank. So we grow food. We have volunteers that come on Saturdays, and we grow as much food as we can, and then most of the volunteers take food home. But then we also supply the food banks every week. One food bank, the Crestone Food Bank. So we also have a community greenhouse where we grow seedlings, and on May 17th, we'll have a garden fest. And at that garden fest, we usually supply the community with what they need for growing. So we have straw, soil, compost, bags of soil. We have seedlings, and whatever else we can find that we think the community may need. And we will also have speakers. So we'll have some speakers. We'll have Nick Chambers is going to talk about winemaking, and Kai Dubey is going to be talking about seeds. And then we'll have a class on herbs and medicinal herbs. And there's two more that I can't remember. But also we'll be doing stem cuttings and a few other things on grafting. That's it. So anyway, if you are in the neighborhood on May 17, even if you're not, come on over and purchase or play. We'll have things down in the creek. We'll probably have a children's play area, and just enjoy the day. Thank you. Oh, and also my dream is to have a big greenhouse, but that may take a while because we don't have a site yet. But I'm thinking that a community greenhouse in Crestone would be very beneficial for the community, that we could grow everything we need there. Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm Lucy McCall, and I've been farming a long time. Well, I'm gardening, okay. Mainly medicines, actually, herbal medicines and wild things. And in Taos area, where I've had this land for 40 years. So I'm still doing it, and I'm lucky to say that my son is decided to come and do a lot more work along with Caitlin on my place. So super grateful. That means more food, and we got goats now and stuff. Been putting off that. It's just too much going on to have goats. I used to have goats in the desert, but a long time ago. Anyway, I'm teaching a class tomorrow. I'm an herbalist astrologer. I've taught at UNM, but I also do a radio show at KNCE, 4 p.m. on Fridays, 93.5 FM. And I do an astrology herb class that day, every Friday. But what I'm going to teach tomorrow is planetary planting. And, y'all are farmers, I reckon, or gardeners or something. So I know the main thing is the wind, the water, the season. And then after that, you can put in astrology just for that little bit of mystical awareness, which I just find really fun because I've been an astrologer longer than anything else. Astrology, almost 60 years, and herbs, about 59. So, anyway, I love mixing those together. It also gives me some timing, because timing is difficult for me anyway. But I mainly listen to the wind, the water, and the timing of our season where I live. And it's always where you live. And then there's all kinds of, when you live in a place, there's always some kind of thing on the mountain or how it is there that everyone's known for a long time, even though that is changing, that we go by. Everyone does that if they know it, or if they learned it from someone local. But anyway, that's what I'm teaching tomorrow, and just some basics about that. There's all kinds of ways to look at it. Yes, right here at 10 in the morning, I think. 10:30. That's better. Okay. Little soaking time. Okay, well, thank you, and I hope whoever's interested in the mystical part of farming, come and do it, which, by the way, works best with flower essences.
Encompass your heart with a golden circle of love. Let your soul free to soar the heights of a dove. Let the joy begin to feel the power with all the might to climb a tower. No fear you'll find at the top. Stars in heaven, no tears to mop. Let the past relieve us now. Mother Earth, Father Sky, my spirit takes a bow, aho. I manifested you all here today. I'm a personal friend of Elaine, and I'm the in-house feng shui master. So when she first bought this place, it was just a little pool and a change room. So every year we'd do the walk around, and we'd make suggestions of what to do here and there. And today, seeing all you people here today just reminds me of 1969 Woodstock in upper state New York, which I helped with the stage there. But anyway, there's an old saying that build a facility and the people will come. And as long as your intention is in the right place, things just always come together. My life partner here, Lori Carey, she's the executive director for Colorado Farm to Table, and I'm the strategic planner for Colorado Farm to Table. I've done many hours with many different organizations that funded this. One of them was Habitat for Humanity. And so, this is the most beautiful valley I've ever been in my life, and we're always constantly going through change, but this is a beautiful thing of people coming together with like-mindedness to make our water. Feng, for those that don't know, is wind, breath of heaven, and shui is water, wind and water, everything we live for our life force. So I used to live in Saguache for 4 or 5 years, 6 years actually now, since 1999. Then I lived to Buena Vista. So I consider myself one of the caretakers of the Arkansas River. So I'm always trying to keep the Arkansas River downstream as just healthy as it could ever be. And it's really getting to be a harder and harder challenge every year.
And you have a table so people can come talk to you more.
Lori can tell you about that.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bianca Correa, and I just wanted to start off by giving my deepest gratitude to all of the organizers here and for everyone that has participating in putting this event together. This is my third year coming here, and I've always been super inspired by all of the talks and the speakers, and just for all of the work that goes into this. I'm really, really grateful. And I am a bioregional herbalist and ceremonialist, and I live in Taos, New Mexico. And I have been living there for 6 years, and I'm vending here this year, which I'm really excited about. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about my offerings. And so I have a company called Mythos Libations, and I have a pop-up herbal elixir bar, and I am actually vending my elixirs here. And I source all of my remedies locally in the high desert or from the Southwest regions, and I also grow a lot of my remedies in a greenhouse in Taos as well. And I studied with some traditional herbalists for the last 9 years. I've been practicing since then, and I also am going to be offering this herbal medicine gathering actually at the end of May that I just wanted to talk a little bit about. So I'm going to be doing some seasonal herbal medicine making gatherings focused on different herbal medicine making techniques such as distillation and making bitters and syrups and wild soda making, and focusing on different fermentation techniques as well, like mead making. So if you're interested in hearing more details about these offerings, I'll be doing a medicine making class once a season. So I'll start off in spring and then in the summer and then fall and perhaps the winter, just focusing on many different remedies and specifically remedies from this region. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing more about my offerings and what I do, you can check out my booth over there, the vendor space in the back in the yard. So thank you once again for everybody who has come here and for sharing all of your offerings. I really appreciate you.
Hi, I'm Lori Carey. I'm the director of Colorado Farm to Table. And we're just outside of Salida near the hospital, near Smeltertown where the big smokestack is. And we're a 10-acre nonprofit farm that grows all of their produce for donation to food banks and food pantries. We started in 1996, so we're almost 30 years old. We normally grow an average of 100,000 pounds of produce out of that 10 acres every year. Thanks. And we're run by volunteers. We have a booth up by the seed exchange office area there, and you're welcome to come up and visit us. Sign our contact sheet if you'd like more updates about the farm, and volunteer anytime you're in Salida. We grow broccoli, cabbage, zucchini, acorn squash, regular squash, and sweet corn. We're herbicide and pesticide free, and we have been for many years. Right now, we use a synthetic fertilizer, so we're not quite organic, and we're raising funds to buy a manure spreader so that we can start using compost and become a completely organic farm. So along the lines of raising money for the manure spreader, we're having a fundraiser on June 5th at the Chaffey County Fairgrounds. We're going to have live music catered by Kalamata Pit. We'll have a silent auction and a live auction. And we're going to have a kids activity area, so bring your kids. And you can contact us by going to our website, which is www.coloradofarmtotable. And any questions? We're collecting silent auction items today, so if anybody wants to do a gift certificate or sponsor our event, we have different levels of sponsorship too. I'm not sure if I forgot anything. No questions? Yeah. coloradofarmtotable.org. Right. Thank you.
My name is Miles. I spoke last year about making cannabis medicine. I'm speaking again this year, tomorrow at 1, I believe, about the spirit of natural farming, why we do what we do, and our relevance in, like a historical relevance in the progression of from biodynamics to organics to the new regenerative movement and and I teach some little tricks in homemade DIY gardening preparations. And I'll outline Korean natural farming and Jadam, which are two emerging systems that are pretty effective and increasingly like cost effective and savings for if you're willing to put a little bit of extra time into create these processes and create these practices on your farm. You can save a lot of money. You can reduce your costs of fertilizers and pesticides, and you can encourage the like the biology in your soil and the richness, the decomposition of your organic matter, and the acceleration of making compost just a little bit quicker and more streamlined of a process. I do a lot of these kind of events, or not like this. I do a lot of events nationwide every year, and this is really special. Like this thing, like give it up for Jay, like for real. No, like this is a special thing, and so yeah, it's a real big honor to speak here. So thank you all for being here, making it what it is. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Brett Anderson. I'm with Heart and Soil Project. I'm owner operator, and I want to say this is my 4th year, and this is a special event. I got a lot of events, and he gets it. I'm not going to any other event this year, Jay. This is my event because this is a special place, you know. So, you know, myself aside, thank you. I know this is your last year, so we appreciate you and making this what it's been. So, thank you. See, I look forward to this every year. But I'm Brett, Heart and Soil Project. I do specialize in hemp and cannabis seeds, and we have a wide variety. We do everything with living soil practices. Miles is a big mentor, inspiration of mine. He does a lot of Jadam, based practices, and that's what I base my grows on, and living soil and giving back before taking from Mother Earth and things like that. And that being said, we've really focused on the last 2 years on a farm based on animals. We love plants, and we do a lot of gardening. We do a lot of plant-related stuff. But really, what we've focused on is eliminating waste and reusing waste to grow nutrient-dense food for our community in the form of pork, lamb, mutton, goat, chickens. We have eggs here available from our farm. We try to do everything as regenerative, as respectful as possible to the entire process. And we partner with a lot of food banks and regenerative farmers who do have excess, that have waste that would go in the trash can. And just recently, we were able to save 14,000 pounds of good grain from going in the trash can. Now it takes a little bit of work, but that's something that we've really focused on, and we've been able to feed our family and the community, and we've been getting more and more successful in those practices, and a lot of it has to do with the connection with community and how we all communicate and distribute resources. So thank you all for doing what you do. Yeah, so thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jules, Jules Karag. My partner and I run a very small but mighty nonprofit out of Crestone. We believe that access to healthcare and food are rights, not privileges, and that's the path that we walk each and every day. We run a clinic, and we're very excited. We're finally expanding hours. Crow's a naturopathic doctor, acupuncturist, Chinese and Western herbalist, and homeopath. It's an equity-based clinic. People pay what they can, if they can, how they can. If they're able-bodied but don't have financial support, we ask if they can volunteer in the community, whether it's at a garden or with one of the other community programs. And we're expanding hours, like I said, and we should be in the next, hopefully 2 months, expanding to having community-style acupuncture, which if you've never had that, 4 or 5 people have it at the same time and kind of chairs a little more comfortable than this. This weekend, we're here handing out free seeds. We brought 10,000 seed packets with us, and I don't know how many are left at the table. So if you need seeds for your garden, mostly vegetable and flower seeds, please help yourself. And then tomorrow we will be doing free community-style acupuncture. The other exciting things that we're doing right now in the community is we're partnered with the Crestone Charter School, who's benefiting from this weekend, and their greenhouse will be providing them a lot of seeds. But we've been doing a pop-up food bank. So when the kids get out of school on Thursday, which is their weekend, we bring a whole truckload of food and we distribute it so that those kids and those families start their weekend with enough food to get them through or to supplement their grocery budget or their EBT budget. In the last 3.5 years, we've grant funded over $150,000 to spend just on food, not the infrastructure, not the extras, but $150,000 to spend on food. And we've been really committed to spending that with our local farmers, ranchers, and producers here. And we're getting our budget together for this growing season. We try to buy from the farm park and to support our local farms. Going forward, we're building some new infrastructure to be able to do, once the kids are out of school, to be able to provide. We haven't figured out our schedule or our logistics exactly yet, but having some more pop-up food access for people in Crestone. And I think that's really kind of all of our big updates. Community Care Collective. If you do want to reach out, I do have some cards. And like I said, there is free seeds. I don't want to have to load any of them when we end at 4 o'clock. Is it 4 o'clock we end today? So 5 o'clock. So you got a little bit of time, but I don't want to have to load any of them. I don't want to. We will request more seeds like we do every year. We get about 10,000 seed packs donated just by, hustling, calling the seed companies, getting out there. And so how we get a lot of our food too is just relationships and donations. And then if we get rid of all the seeds, then we'll have the acupuncture. What time do we start tomorrow? 10 o'clock. There'll probably be a little bit of a line, but I think we'll probably be able to do 30 or 35 acupuncture treatments. So come on in and sign up for that. And if you know anyone that needs healthcare or emergency food access, just reach out to us, and I'll leave some of these at the table back there. So thank you. Yes? Are you all offering? Yeah, we're expanding. Her schedule's open, and we're right now it's private treatments. We don't have the community room set up yet, but that'll be set up in the next month or so. But she's getting scheduled, so please reach out for an appointment. And we appreciate all of you and all of your efforts to make it a better world. Because, yeah. All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm Daniel Richardson. I work with Brian Jones, the guy that was talking about soil earlier. And I'd like to thank everybody in Crestone for letting us come out here from the White Mountains and having us. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Kari, and I'm representing the SLV Apothecary, which is in Alamosa. We're a brick and mortar grocery store. We also carry a lot of the products of the people here, like the Alpine Valley Mushrooms, who has fresh mushrooms at our store every week, and tinctures. My products, which are Infinity Farm. I specialize in medicinal seeds, so if you all are looking for some medicinal plants that you know will grow here, for instance, I have holy basil that I got from Hudson Seed 6 years ago. So this is 5th generation Valley holy basil, calendula, hollyhocks. We also have products from the Eco Zoica that's here. She has like Osha and a bunch of tinctures. And I'm also representing the Rio Grande Organic Growers Co-op, which is located at the Rio Grande Farm Park. We get amazing support from the community, like Jules and Crow's Co-op or Food Bank has been buying from us last year, and the Crestone Food Bank. We supply food also for La Puente through a grant, and then you can also go to the Mercadillo, which is the Wednesday night farmers market in Alamosa, and the Alamosa Farmers Market. And those both have EBT food stamps, and then we also have EBT at the SLV Apothecary, and we are about to get Double Up Food Bucks. So is anyone familiar with Double Up Food Bucks? Some people are, some people aren't. So Double Up Food Bucks, if you have EBT or food stamps or SNAP, for up to $20, you get $20 free fruits and vegetables. So you literally get these little monopoly money that say double up that you could spend only on fruits and vegetables produced here in Colorado. So it's an amazing product. It helps the farmers. And I'm glad that we are able to carry it at our little local grocery. So we're kind of a unique grocery because it's not just healthy like we buy from Unfi and have organic. It's about locally grown. So we have lamb that's locally grown. All of our greens are locally grown. So we're not just buying organic. We're buying stuff grown in the valley. So it's a pretty special place. And I do have a booth. If you're interested, stop by. My business partner, Dove, is in there right now. We're right between the Alpine Valley and the sound healing. Susan Cheney, she's doing sound healing. She's amazing. She has her little forks. She also does medicine bowls, and then Alpine Valley mushrooms, if you don't know them. They also have incredible cultivation of mushrooms and medicine. So, so yeah, come by if you're into herbs. We have an A to Z selection, and about 50% of them are locally grown right now. And in season, we have even more locally grown. So, thank you.
I'll just hold it. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Aldridge. I've lived in the Valley here for 6 years. It's my 4th year at the event. You know, I agree with these guys. This is the best event of the year. We go to a lot of different events all over Colorado, and I always tell people that this crowd is probably the most authentic and just passionate crowd about coming to the event, and not really looking for any type of exposure, just really passionate about growing plants, doing the right things, sustainability-wise, regenerative agriculture-wise, and that's really why I'm here today. So I'm really excited to announce that I've got some composting worms at my booth. I've got various species of composting worms, starter colonies, as well as worm castings, all through local organic inputs that I've acquired here in the San Luis Valley from bison manure, cattle manure, the old bones you'll see out in some of these pastures. I've gathered those up, grinded those down, and fed them to the worms. I volunteer every year to kind of go around my neighbors' yards and rake their leaves for free, just to gather brown carbon material to add into the worm beddings. So stop by the booth. I do vermicast. I also do cannabis genetics. I like to compete in the cannabis genetics kind of realm with other guys throughout the state. And if you get some free time and you're wanting to get into composting, stop by my booth. I'd be glad to talk to you about worms, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and see if it can work well in your garden. So thanks again, Jay, for putting the event on. I really appreciate it. This is a really good event, and I appreciate you guys allowing us to be here this year.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. My name is Matt Batchelder. I'm here with Fungi Compost. Jay invited me 3 years ago, and I've really enjoyed being here. It's an honor. I feel like home when I hear people talking about living soil and reducing waste, because the compost we do is a fungal prominent compost. It's a living compost you use as a soil inoculant. I've been following Dr. David Johnson from New Mexico State. I don't know if anybody's aware of him, but you can find some information about him or some of his videos on YouTube. And he and his wife designed this bioreactor, they call it, to primarily use just leaves. And it's a year-long process to essentially attract local fungal species to then break down the leaves and create this really rich living compost. It's it's kind of fragile. It doesn't have a long shelf life. You have to maintain moisture levels. I'm watering it daily and keeping it from freezing, which is a little difficult to do here. But it's the materials needed you can find anywhere on the planet if you can find a tree. And so we're offering workshops with community gardens and universities. I've done a workshop at UNM Taos. And so we're trying to develop a community lab also with a high-powered microscope so farmers can begin to look at their soil and see the increase in diversity. The whole idea is to increase our diversity of all species of fungus, bacteria, to then they work with the plants. And so the microscope will allow us to see more and more species and see our soil come to life. And so, again, our goal is to build a lab where farmers can continue to study their soils and see the improvements, and we can start building healthier soils and actually build soil. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right, is to build soil. And when we're able to add life every time we plant, it speeds up that process and allows the fungal species to work with the plants. So again, we have a booth out here. It's our third year, and we really enjoy being here. I've got some cards. If anybody has any questions, you can find me there at the booth, or we also have a website, fungicompost.com. All right? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dana with the Crestone Energy Fair. And just wanted to plug in the Energy Fair. We're going to be having it from September 11th to the 14th this year, where we've added an extra day and a potluck on Thursday night. So hopefully y'all can come make it out. It is also a free event. We have some ongoing education workshops, natural plasters in May with a really amazing woman, Athena Steen. She's just like the coolest, has been doing earthen and natural plasters for a very long time in New Mexico. We're doing an earth bag greenhouse workshop with me, so if you want to come and learn about that. And then we have high desert permaculture with Jerome Ostinowski, the Central Rocky Mountain Permaculture Institute guy, super knowledgeable, amazing dude, really worth going and hanging out with him. And I think, the Saturday market in Crestone is going to start happening again May every Saturday, and we're also going to do a movie night once a month along with the Saturday market in the town park in Crestone. Yes, there will be a registration fee. Chelsea Braden is the organizer. She's the Mix Elixir booth. And she wanted me to come and tell everybody, but if you want to know more about it, go to her booth and she'll have all the information for you. It's separate from, so the natural plasters is May 30th to June 1st. So those 3 workshops are happening before the Energy Fair. And we've got flyers over at our booth. We're in the courtyard just beside the building. If you want to come and check it out, definitely Athena Steen is amazing. And I think, and our presenters and our musician applications are all live and online. So a lot of you folks who are speaking here, like if you're interested in the Energy Fair, then you should definitely check it out and apply to be a presenter. And also vending. Vending's coming. YouTube, Crestone Energy Fair. We have a ton of content, just so much from all of our teachings, and then like Jay said, stuff from here. So YouTube, Crestone Energy Fair. We're also like really reviving it and working on it right now. We're gonna have a ton of content. It's a great place to learn all kinds of stuff. Check it out. Cool. Thanks, everybody.
hurry and get up here before Jay yells at me. I'm Melinda Myers from Moffett. I want to start out by thanking the Energy Fair for the donation last year after I lost my home. Seed Exchange. Gosh, they just said Energy Fair, you know. It's all the same people. It's the 80-20 principle. And of course, I lost all my seeds, which, you know, I used to grow stuff and sell to Kari down at the apothecary. But we're restarting, and we're going to be forming a CSA, a Sundance Farm. We have dairy goats, chickens. We want to get a few more bunny rabbits, and of course, we have a 35 by 60 foot greenhouse. We have a 40 by 20 foot hoop house and outdoor beds, and it's time for us to really produce. And there's families in Moffett that wanted to help farm, so we're going to do the CSA. We currently have a proposal in front of the town of Moffett to finish building their little grow dome and taking it over, and then we will start having Friday farmers markets there in the season and be inviting other producers and stuff. The excess will go to the Moffett and other area food banks. I'm trying to think of what else I want to say. And ultimately, one of our goals in Moffett is to build a big Moffett Mercado community resource building where we'll have a retail store. We won't have to schlep our stuff to farmers markets anymore. We just, because we're right off the highway, you know, and have a commercial kitchen and a commissary and the food bank there and all kinds of community outreach stuff. And, you know, Sundance Farm was just a beautiful historic home in the middle of that yucky Moffett clay. In the last 35 years, I have built this very productive farm where we compost and then we put that back into the beds and, you know, feed the animals, and then the animals feed the compost, you know, that whole regenerative cycle. And we just hope to continue that. I want to do a quick announcement that Easter, April 20th, Moffett will be having a potluck at 2 o'clock and a scavenger Easter egg hunt for the kids. We're really trying to do a lot more community building. The new mayor's really into that. That's me, because nobody else would do it. Doesn't pay anything. You take a lot of scrutiny from naysayers, but we're going to build community. We're going to build in resilience, and we're going to, as we always do here in the San Luis Valley, we're going to link arms and work together to, you know, take care of each other, to be good neighbors. And speaking of that, my last little pitch is for Swatch County Cares. It's a grassroots group that has stepped up to try and address the issue of the lack of mental health services in the San Luis Valley. And we have had some counselors come forward. We're going to try and rent a building in Moffett. And there's a lady with a business plan where she does the billing, the Medicaid billing, and all of that, and sort of can do all the bookkeeping for us. So that's going to streamline it. But we're really hoping to get that off the ground. There was a terrible tragedy last year. One of our Crestone residents got shot by the deputy who was fearful of the behavior because he didn't understand the mental health issues. So, you know, that might not be outside of what we're doing here because, you know, I think when we garden, when we build community, we are also helping our mental health. Thanks so much. Oh, I'm sorry? Yes, Succeed is still going. This is the new director right here. So, yeah, but thank you. Any other questions? Anybody wants to sign up for the CSA? All right, thank you.
Hi, my name's Amy Warner, and I wear a bunch of hats in Swatch County, and they almost all come together at this event. So I love the Seed Exchange, and I love Jay, and I'm excited that she gets to pass on the baton a little bit. I know she's excited about that too. So I am the executive director at Succeed. Succeed stands for Saguache County Sustainable Environment and Economic Development. Melinda was my predecessor, and we are fiscal sponsors for the Seed Exchange, for the Energy Fair, for Crestone Artists and Crestone Community Gardens. We had a moratorium while we were kind of getting our house in order on new affiliates, but we are now open to new affiliates. So basically what that means is if you have a community organization and you aren't quite ready to do the nonprofit, it takes a lot of work to set up the nonprofit side. We have our 501(c) status. We can offer that to you. We do charge like a fiscal sponsor fee of 5% of what you take in, and in return you get bookkeeping, tax filing, and we're building that out a little bit more to make it value added. One of the things, so Succeed both has the fiscal sponsorship side, and we also do our own projects. And one of the things that we are doing that we found great, just it's worked out really well, is to have business coffee hours. We do 2 of them a month. We do one on the second Thursday is at the Village Pub in Saguache. The 4th Thursday is at Grammy's in Moffett. Jay is our next speaker at the Moffett event, so she'll be talking about all kinds, just more food stuff and food access, and I'm really excited. So come support Jay, and if you have any interest in talking to me about Succeed, I'm here. So, and this is me too. So it's me with the camera. I'm doing the photography for Jay, so I also do marketing. And I also work for the Tourism Council, and I will say that with tourism, if you have a public-facing event in Saguache County, we will give you money to promote that. It has to be used for marketing and advertising, but you can apply for the grant. Our website is mystic-colorado.com, and it's just to help communities, residents do more things themselves and give them some funds to market those events. I think that's all. Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Hello. I'm Callie. Pull it out. Normally I'm singing karaoke when I'm using a microphone only, so. But actually, this is out of the valley, but I'll just share this really quickly. I'm teaching about seeds at the Women's Herbalism Red Earth Gathering in the Roaring Fork Valley. That's August 1st through 3rd. So that'll be seed saving courses as well as seed science for children. So if you have children or no children, it's a children-friendly event. And then relating more specifically to here, I'm living at the EAV, which is in Moffett, and we have started a bunch of plants, way more than I can grow in the space that I have to grow. So if you'd like starts, then you can come and sign up with Suzanne. Her booth is right kind of at the front. Yeah, everybody knows her, I think. So yeah, but we have lots of plant starts going, and we're happy to start things specifically for you if you just don't have the capacity to harden things off and start things out before our season really starts here out in late May, basically. Thank you.
I just want to add that my mom, Suzanne, and I are also just trying to establish a garden opportunity for people specifically around that. I'm going to be bringing in soil from Paonia Soil Co. and then connecting with other people in the valley to try and see what we can do to develop communal garden area, more so just so that we have that community connection and we get a chance to hang out and develop seeds and soil opportunity in the future.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian, and been here for a year, and I really love it. And I'm beginning to recognize some faces, and I'd like to speak about a joy and fulfillment in my life. And this is the logo and it's the Sunship. And my brother and I built a fun power station that has a kitchen on the deck and supplies a lot of power. And so when you see this sticker around, just lift up the Sunship in thought and hope we see it at the energy fair and at the farmer markets and the food bank, and just showing up to do whatever it is that it's showing up for. And I got some real deep criticism on a flyer I'm making because Jay is, well, Brian, what do you mean by that? And what's this mean? So, so there's some great help here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, it's 5 minutes till our next talk. So I'm going to plug one more thing. That is the work that I do. Jay Sanders with the Local Foods Coalition. And for 2 years, we conducted a food and ag assessment across the 6 counties of the San Luis Valley. And we published that assessment last year. It was a needs assessment. Since then, I've been working on a strategic plan for our food and ag systems of the valley. And I'm in the middle of that right now, and I am about to start holding community listening sessions where you can look at the draft and give me your feedback on the action items that we have kind of drafted. It is a draft. And if you are interested in participating, if you live in any of the counties of the San Luis Valley, go to the Local Foods Coalition table that's back there in the backyard, and there's a sheet to sign up and tell them, I want to come when you do an event in my area. You want to be notified so you can give me feedback on, you know, what it's going to take to make sure our environment and our water and our soils are healthy, to make sure that our farmers and our ranchers continue to have viable operations so that our food businesses can process food here, that we can keep some of the food that we grow in this valley here, and that we have food access that we need. That's a big part of the work that we are doing, is helping the grocery stores that exist, helping new grocery stores pop up, and helping farmers markets get established. Anyhow, we're doing a lot around food systems, and I really need your input. If you have any to give, I would appreciate that. And you can always talk to me later. But thank you guys so much for being here.